Hello, I'm Martin Molisani, and I'll be your child's sixth grade health teacher this coming school year. I just wanted to take a few minutes to first say thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I wanted to give you a brief overview of the class and some changes are going to happen this year as well. A little bit about me, 'cause I think that's kind of important. You know who is the source of this instruction. So I'm going to get rid of me, and I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, and there's one again. Welcome in. So this first slide. Here's my wife Kim. We've been married for 28 years now. My better half. Now there's mixed emotions coming back to school any year, but this year especially the range of emotions are pretty varying, and so I think a lot of kids probably really love the idea of coming back to school, but there's again apprehension, and for parents maybe they're a little bit more excited with moving on and having the child back in this, but again there's a lot of stress on families. One of the things we'll be doing a lot this year, we do a lot of social related issues in my class, but social emotional learning is going to be a big component throughout the school, kind of foundational to everything we do. So even day one with me, the kids are get some very basic understanding of it. There's some videos, some exercises we're going to do day one, and actually they're going to ask themselves, they're going to reflect on how they're doing right now and how they're feeling coming into this new school year. So here are some of the components you can see here, the competencies that go along with social and emotional learning. So this is all going to be introduced day one. This is that assessment, just giving them, again, some time to reflect. And if they are in need of help, it will give them the opportunity to do that. And this is something we will be doing from week to week, briefly towards the end of class periods for the kids that are here in person. Obviously, first day, there'll be a lot of protocols. Things are not going to run status quo here at school. So just basic hygiene, a lot of the stuff I'm sure that you've been talking about at home. It all starts with staying at home if you're not feeling well. But then, again, day one, we'll really go over those new protocols. This is Schoology. I don't want to say Schoology. I'm sure I'll say that from time to time. Schoology. And this is the new platform that all teachers are utilizing. I think all of us got a little bit, we got familiar with Google Classroom last year. This is new to the table, but it really should bring some consistency and ease of where to find everything. So there'll be some growing pains initially, the learning curve. We'll get over it and we'll get through this. Here on that, under resources in Schoology, you will see this overview, and this has been adjusted because the amount of time I have with your child is definitely going to be much less than in the past, making more room for ELA and math in the core classes. And I will keep that into consideration, obviously, when I'm creating my playlist from week to week, that my class isn't the only one. I think everybody thinks their class is pretty important, but I'm not going to take too much time from the child because I know that they're going to be strapped with a lot of work. So a little bit about the flipped classroom. This is a class I took over the summer, and I really want to be more efficient in the way I gave out the information. And it is a new style of learning, this reimagined classroom. So the flipped classroom should help greatly with this task. And basically, the flipped classroom is an instructional method that will allow me to use classroom time more efficiently to better help my students, through hands-on applications of our learning in the classroom. To make this possible, I will ask students to watch short videos. Usually there'll be ones I've created, or maybe even listen to a short podcast prior to instruction. Students may watch these as many times as they feel necessary. They are free to start and stop the videos as needed. Some of the videos or podcasts will come with activities that the students will need to hand in the next class period, or in most cases, it'll be the end of the week, especially for obviously our remote learners. Typically, these videos will be under 10 minutes in length. There may be some different ones that are more instructional in nature. I hate the word lecture like it has in this video. It's not really a lecture, but they'll be more instructional. Video looms like I'm doing with you right now. In general, they will introduce the procedure for an exercise or the basics of a lesson. That way, when students they come to class, we can focus more on doing and less on just listening to me explain instructions. So again, it's going to be time efficient. It's going to allow students to be more control of their learning, their pacing. It promotes more of the student-centered learning. Okay, and there are pros and cons, but most of the cons that go along with it has to do with the lack of equity in students having access to technology, and we've kind of overcome that. So the ease of it, the kids will become much more comfortable with time. And I think all of us are in the mindset one day at a time. We're all learning this as we go. I don't think it'll be long, just a matter of a few weeks. The kids pick up on this stuff pretty quick. So we're all in this together, but 6 feet apart. And I was going to pull the computer off and show you my classroom is set up for those that are coming in. They're at least 6 feet apart. I have a max of 12 in my room. So a little bit about me. This is my year 31, and I feel very old even saying that. I go by a lot of roles at our church. I'm ministry director for our Awana Club, but I've been doing coaching for well over 20 years. I'm a dad. We're a foster family. As I said, there's my wife, Kim. I'm kind of a homer in terms of I'm a Yankees fan, Bills fan, Syracuse fan. Big Italian family. Recently, my mom celebrated her 78th birthday. We were at Delmonico's. So you can see it's only part of the family. My brother Paul couldn't make it. So here are my boys. I have two biological sons, Ben, who's right next to me, and you can see Jake. We look kind of alike. And then there's Connor and John. So again, I go by a lot of headings. I would say my strength of character, perseverance, dedication, caring, and integrity. There's my father-in-law, Guy. He's always at our house on the tractor. Again, I'm just going to zip through. I just want to give you a taste of a little bit of what makes me tick, because like I said, I'm kind of a in between you and your child. I'm just think of me as that adult in their ear that you would want in their ear about the important topics that go along with health and wellness. I've coached JV basketball as well as modified basketball here at Wayne. I'm a few years removed, but I'm a sports guy. Here's a bill. This is when we went to the Clemson football game when they upset Clemson. Here's my son Jake. He's recently become a journeyman. He's an electrician up in the union up in the city. He's 23 years old, really into music. He does worship service at our church. He helps with that. My son Ben recently went on a Uganda mission trip, and he's planning on going back after he graduates from Sodas High School next year. He's really into music as well. Then there's my son John, who just graduated last year from Sodas. He's presently working in carpentry and plans on joining the union up in the city as well. His sibling, so we adopted John and Shai. This is a sibling set that we adopted. Shai lives up in the city, and she is doing well. She has visual as well as other learning disabilities that she's had to overcome over the years. Here's Connor and Lexi, and they're new students here to Wayne. They've been homeschooled the last few years, and so this is us during quarantine. Lexi is going into the 4th grade with Mrs. Herney over at the elementary school building, and Connor is going to be a 7th grader here at Wayne, TC Armstrong. Just a little bit about one more thing. My family were really into fishing. Here's my wife. That's probably the one true passion we both have in common is we love to fish together. Lexi's not so thrilled, as you can see in this picture. But the rest of us really, really get into fishing. Just to look ahead very quickly, what we'll be doing shortly after we get acclimated into the classroom and a little bit more about my class, we're going to learn about the 6 dimensions of health and wellness, and the kids become familiarized with these as well as the social emotional learning. And then after that, they're going to be reflecting on themselves and completing a me and emoji project. So based on a lot of stuff I just showed you, if I were to encapsulate everything onto one slide, it would be something like you're seeing here, Mr. Mo and emoji. And theirs might not be quite as cluttered. I have a lot on here. Theirs won't be expected to be quite as full. But it'll be fun for them to create this. It'll allow me to get to know who they are, because obviously getting to know my kids is going to be a little bit more difficult this year, especially for our remote learners. I'm only going to see kids once a week in terms of this new schedule. And that's why when I do see them, I really want to make the time count. And I definitely want to deal with any issues they may have in terms of their playlist that they're working on. So again, I'm very excited about getting started. You truly are the most important person in your child's life. And so again, think of me as a liaison, somebody who's there in your corner, helping you to do your job. So thank you again for your time, and have a wonderful day as well as school year. Thank you.